Okay, so we sent, last week we sent a message to Minister Broughton along with John Malloy, the Minister of Community and Social Services, who we like to call the Minister of Poverty and Misery. We sent a message to them last week saying that we were coming here today, that this delegation is going to go, and we expect them to receive that delegation. And we didn't actually hear back from OCAP. We didn't hear back until yesterday, late afternoon, from Broughton's office saying she's just really busy, so we don't know if that's going to happen. So we replied, that's not acceptable. This is the only business day that falls before the International Day to Eliminate Violence Against Women. This is a really important issue. The cut to community startup is coming up January 1st, and so we expect you to receive this delegation. And so we've come here today expecting Minister Broughton to receive the delegation, to hear women's concerns, to receive the statement from OAIF. And what we've been told from the cops here today is that we're not allowed to go inside this building. They're waiting to see if somebody from the ministry is going to come down to receive the letter.
Here he is, he's right behind you.
We'll let people know if somebody from the ministry comes down to receive the letter. Oh, okay. Okay, so maybe we can get the delegation to come over here.
Yes, I come down to pick up the letter.
So this is John McKenzie from the Laurel Broughton's ministry.
Thanks, John.
John, we're presenting on behalf of a delegation of women here who are concerned about the cuts that are being done to the community startup and maintenance benefits. On behalf of women living in poverty and women leaving violence and trans people, we're deeply concerned. And we would like to pass this message on to Minister Broughton and Minister Malloy.
Okay, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I'll get it right away. I'm just going to put it in. Okay, thanks a lot.
Oh, don't run off. We expect to hear more.
Hey,
John. You need to get here. John, put your coat on. Get your coat and come on back out.
The people here are suggesting that maybe you need to listen in to the rest of the rally and hear what people have to say today about this cut, how severe it is.
So we have just seen evidence of our provincial government's strategies to end poverty and to address violence against women. Are we impressed? No! Nothing personal, John, nothing personal. I do want to let you know that you can take some action today. You can contact Minister Malloy, the Minister of Poverty and Misery, or Community and Social Services. And I've got his number. You can call him toll-free at 1-888-789-4199. And you can tell him why you're calling today, that this is a day of action against these cuts to the community startup, to special diet, to OW and ODSP, and to the child benefit, which was supposed to be increased in January and is going to be delayed for yet another year. And you can let Minister Malloy know that this is not acceptable, that these actions by the government are going to deepen women's poverty, are going to deepen women's vulnerability to violence, and that you demand that they take action. So I've got that number, I'll read it out again. I want to invite our delegation, and not getting a chance to speak to Minister Broughton personally, but I would like to invite two women from the Bread and Bricks groups who are going to be part of this delegation. We've got Emma and we've got Mary, going to come up and say a few words.
Hi. Yes, I'm so happy that we are linked here together in support to advocate for the people living in poverty. And there are many of us that are not here today due to the never-ending challenges of trying to stay alive. Our governors are not as creative as they should or could be. Instead of finding ways to cut corporate waste or overinflated paychecks to restore their so-called deficit, instead they attack the poor. They are the ones who created the deficit. Okay, and now they target the poor to cover their errors, their fraudulent activities, and their escalated, greedy habits. The 15% that control almost everything in the world are not serving the other 85% that are living in austerity, and many that are underserved in the job market. We employ them, pay them, when they fail to secure us, then we need to fire them. The cut to the startup and maintenance benefit will affect our families and set them up for chaos. Please, we need to move forward, not backwards.
Hi, I'm Mary Milne. I've been a community advocate at the Stop Community Food Centre for 4 years and a founding member of Bread and Bricks Social Justice Group. We see people coming into our office all the time suffering under horrific landlords that desperately need to move, and they can't do it if they don't get startup. We see people that have to get rid of their furniture because they have a bed bug infestation. They cannot furnish their homes without startup. We see people that need things for their children who cannot get them without startup. It is so important, and it's a sin, an absolute sin that they're cutting it when there's such a profound need for it. Thank you.
Is Cheryl Lindsay still here? Cheryl? Yeah, come on up. And folks, we've got a couple more speakers, and then we want to open this up and invite any women or trans person who would like to speak to the realities that they face to come on up. So we'll do that in just a second.
Thanks, Anna. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry to be standing here. I'm angry to be standing here. It's absolutely unbelievable, unthinkable to me that I'm here, that we're here, gathered here today. We were together on October 17th as well, to say that the cut to the community startup is wrong. It's absolutely unbelievable to me, after working in this Toronto city for many, many years and seeing the effects of poverty and knowing what a lifeline the community startup benefit has been for so many women. And you've heard here today, speaker after speaker come up here telling us all about the devastating impact that the cut to the community startup will have. We know that it will have a devastating impact to women leaving prisons. We know it will have a devastating impact to women leaving shelters, to women living in substandard and inadequate housing. They can't access the startup benefit for infestation and other kinds of emergencies. We know especially the impact that it will have on women trying to leave violent and abusive situations, and how much more misery it will cause people, and how many more deaths may occur as a result of this. Thank you all for coming and lending your voices to this issue today. And even though we were not allowed to get into the building, we will continue to bring this message forward. And we ask that Minister Broughton, on the day to eliminate violence against women, intervene and stop and reverse the cut to the community startup benefit. Fight to win, everyone. We can do it.
All right, Lisa Schofield's going to come back up briefly just to tell us